Sir, please start.
Good morning, all the viewers. Good morning, students, principals, PGTs, TGTs, and all who are watching this session. This is Muhammad Riazuddin, Principal, Telangana Model School, Jarasangam from Sangareddy districts. Now we have the commerce webinar session from second year accountancy. The topic is partnership accounts, admission of a partner. Now this is basically a problem solving session. Students, already in the previous session we have told you that this is a compulsory 20 marks question, and I request all the students to view and to listen the session carefully and note down the important points and ask your doubts in the live chat. The session is going to be handled by V. Premlata Madam, PGT Commerce from TSMS, Bollaram, Jinnaram Mandal, Sangareddy district. Now, in the today's session, we used to learn about the treatment of goodwill when goodwill is brought in the business by the new partner and withdrawal by the old partners. At the same time, we used to learn the preparation of revaluation account, cash account, goodwill account, capital accounts, and the balance sheet of new partnership firm. So, I request Premlata Madam to handle the sessions. Now over to Premlata Madam.
Thank you, sir. A wonderful morning to all the principals, teachers, students, and all the viewers. I am V. Premlata, PGT Commerce from TSMS, Bollaram. Today, I am here to discuss on the chapter Admission of a Partner. Already we completed 2 sessions. This is the 3rd session. It is a problem-solving session. And the subject coordinator for inter-second year Commerce and Accountancy is Mr. Muhammad Riazuddin sir, Principal, TSMS, Jarasangam. A small note, children, here. New textbooks have been arrived in all model schools. So children whoever have not taken textbooks can collect books from your schools. Okay, first year and second year textbooks, all CEC group, MEC group children can collect the textbooks. And before starting my session, I want you people to have your textbooks in front of you and pen, paper. Is it clear, children? Today I'm going to discuss problem number 7 from 235 page number. This is old textbook, page number 235, and problem number 7. So I want you all to have your textbooks in front of you. You need to keep even a paper and pen also. Okay. So already by the end of this session, you will be in a position to treat treatment of goodwill when goodwill is brought in cash and withdrawn from business. How to treat goodwill, you will be learning, and you will be preparing ledger accounts like revaluation account, cash account, goodwill account, general reserve account, capital account, and opening balance sheet of the new partnership firm. So by the end of this session, you will be in a position to understand all these concepts, children. When it comes to partnership account, accounting treatment of goodwill is a very important concept, and all our problems are based on valuation of goodwill only. Like how we treat goodwill in the books, based on that we have problem solving. And so first, when the amount of goodwill is paid by the new partner to the old partners in cash privately without recording it in the books of the firm, already we discussed, again and again I am discussing, so that you will be very much familiar with the terms and even the situation scenarios what we are discussing, children. Whenever it comes in the question as privately out of the books, when the partner has given outside and it is not recorded in the books of the business, then you will not make any entry of goodwill in the books. Is it clear, children? Whenever it is said as privately, no need to make any entry. So it doesn't take it in the books. Okay, when the goodwill is brought into business by the new partner in cash and retained in the business, this in the second session we have seen how to solve problems when goodwill is brought in the business and it is retained in the business. How to solve the problems, this we have discussed on this topic in this scenario based problems in the second session. Now when the new partner brings goodwill in cash and immediately withdrawn from the business, so when the new partner is bringing goodwill in cash and immediately the old partners are withdrawing that cash, that goodwill amount from the business, then how to calculate the problem. That we will discuss today in this session. When the goodwill is created or raised in the books at the full value, this in the next coming sessions we will discuss on these topics. When goodwill is created and then write for how to do the problem. Okay, in today's session we will be discussing about this third scenario, like when the new partner brings goodwill in cash and immediately withdrawn from the business by the old partners, how to solve the problem. Now, for any modifications you have in the question, the accounts what you need to be prepared is same. You will be preparing revaluation account because we need to revalue the value of assets and liabilities. So you will be preparing revaluation account. Then you will be preparing cash account. Cash account, goodwill is brought in cash and capital is also brought in cash. So value of goodwill will be value of cash will be changed. So you will be preparing cash account. You will be preparing goodwill account. If general reserve is given in the closing balance sheet, then only you will be preparing general reserve account or profit and loss account. If not, no need to prepare this general reserve account. Then partners individual capital accounts we will be preparing. Then balance sheet of the firm. Okay, opening balance sheet of the firm also we will be preparing at the end. Okay, these are the accounts and marks are distributed among all the accounts. So you need to do each and every account in the exam, children. Okay. Again, I am repeating revaluation account specimen here. Revaluation account, it takes the rule of nominal account. It is a nominal account, so it takes the rules of nominal account. What is the rule for nominal account? Debit all expenses and losses, credit all incomes and gains. So here, whenever we are revaluing the assets and liabilities, so here you will be having only assets and liabilities. Only if the asset value is changing, you will be entering in revaluation account. If the value of liability is changing, then only you will be taking in revaluation account. Okay. If the value of asset increases, you will be taking on the credit side. Okay. If the value of asset decreases, you will be taking on the debit side of the revaluation account. Vice versa happens with liability. If the liability increases, it is an expense, no? So you will be taking on the debit side. And if the liability decreases, it is an income, so you will be taking on the credit side of the revaluation account. If provision, if at all they ask for provision for bad debts, that also an expense, so you will be taking it on debit side of the revaluation account. If provision is not required, if they say in the question, then you have to take it on the credit side of the revaluation account. Okay. Next, you will be balancing. If your credit side total is more, that is your income is more, then you will be having profit. If your debit side total is more, then you will be having loss. Okay, children, it depends upon the question. Okay, now we will understand this with an example. Okay, when the new partner brings goodwill in cash and immediately withdraw from the business. Okay, whenever and immediately the goodwill is withdrawn by the old partners, then how to solve the problem. Okay, in the previous session what we discussed, when the goodwill is brought in cash and it is retained in the business, then how to do we have seen. Now goodwill is brought in cash and it is immediately withdrawn from the business by the old partners, then how to solve the problem. Rest all same accounts you will be preparing, just few changes you will see in cash account and goodwill account, children. That's it. Okay. So this is question number 7 in your like old textbook. It is question number 7, page number 235. It is in page number 235, children. If you are having textbooks, see, open your books at page number 235 and look at problem number 7. Problem number 7, children. If you don't have textbooks, I want you people to have a pen, paper, and make a note. Whatever amounts we are telling, just make a note so that we don't come back to the question again here. Okay, children? Here, Ganesh and Shankar are partners sharing profits and losses in the ratio of 3:2. Okay, Ganesh and Shankar are old partners. They are sharing profits and losses in the ratio of 3:2 respectively. Their balance sheet as on 31st March 2015 was as under. Okay, so their closing balance sheet is liabilities. They're having sundry creditors 50,000, bills payable 60,000, bank loan 40,000, general reserve 30,000. So in the balance sheet, general reserve is given. So you will be preparing general reserve account also. Capitals of Ganesh and Shankar 1,50,000, 75,000. And asset side we have cash, that is 40,000, bills receivable 45,000, debtors 90,000, stock 80,000, furniture 50,000, buildings 1 lakh. Okay. Now what are the adjustments we have to do? We will see. On 1st April 2015, Mr. Balu was admitted into partnership for 1/4 share in future profits on the following conditions. Okay. Who is admitted into the business? Mr. Balu is admitted into the business. For how much share he has been admitted? For 1/4 share he has been admitted into the business. So he will be sharing 1/4 in the future profits. Now Balu should bring rupees 75,000 towards capital. So he has to bring 75,000 in cash towards capital and rupees 40,000 towards goodwill. Okay, Balu will be bringing 75,000 towards capital and rupees 40,000 towards goodwill. The amount of goodwill is withdrawn from the business by old partners. So here, the old partners will withdraw this amount. Okay, immediately when Balu brings this goodwill amount into the business, this old partners will withdraw this amount. Okay, next, buildings have been appreciated by 20%. Appreciation, whenever an asset is appreciated, which side we have to write? Revaluation account, we should write on the credit side of the revaluation account. Furniture and stock to be depreciated by 5%. Furniture and stock are to be depreciated whenever an asset value decreases. Depreciation means decrease in the value of an asset. So whenever a value of an asset decreases, you have to write on the debit side of the revaluation account. Okay, entry will be revaluation accounted to furniture account, revaluation accounted to stock account. If the value of a building appreciated, whenever there is an appreciation, what will be the entry? Like if a building is appreciated, buildings account to revaluation account. Okay, there is an unrecorded liability. This is a liability. There is unrecorded liability. That means this liability is not recorded. Means liability is increased, no? It is not recorded. That means now we have to, in respect of workman compensation, rupees 3,000. Okay, so this unrecorded liability, which is not recorded in the books, if now we make any record, that means the value is increased. Whenever a liability value increases, which side we have to write? We have to write on the debit side of the revaluation account. If liability decreases, then we will be writing on the credit side of the revaluation account. So here there is an unrecorded liability. That means this liability, that is workman's compensation, it is not at all recorded in the books. Now we have to make a record. When we are making a record means we are increasing the liability by 3,000. So the liability will show 3,000 more. So this we should write on the debit side of the revaluation account. Okay, prepare necessary ledger accounts and balance sheet of the new firm. Okay, now we will start the doing revaluation account, children. Okay, revaluation account, what are the adjustments we are having? What is the first adjustment we are having? Buildings be appreciated by 20%. Okay, we'll start with appreciation, that is credit side. Appreciation means increase. So when the building's value is increased by 20%. So on which side of the revaluation account we have to write? We have to write on the credit side of the revaluation account. So by buildings account, how much buildings, what is the value of buildings? It is 1 lakh. It is given as 1 lakh. So how much it is to be appreciated? 20%. So on 1 lakh, you have to calculate 20%. 1 lakh into 20 by 100, that is equal to 20,000. So children, you people are even familiar, no? You will not be using any calculator in the exam. Everything you have to do orally only, or you will be doing it on pen and paper. So make a habit of trying to solve orally also. Okay. So buildings, total value of buildings is 1 lakh, and on that you have to calculate 20%. that is 20 by 100, that is equal to 20,000. So how much value the buildings has been increased? It has been increased by 20,000 rupees. So on which side of revaluation account we have to write? We have to write on the credit side of the revaluation account. By buildings account 20,000. By buildings account 20,000, because buildings value is increased. Any increase in the asset, you will be writing on the credit side. So here entry is buildings account data to revaluation account. Buildings account data to revaluation account. Next adjustments what we are having, furniture and stock to be depreciated by 5%. Furniture and stock to be depreciated by 5%. So to furniture account, depreciation, that means decrease in the value of an asset. So whenever there is a decrease in the value of an asset, which side we have to write? We have to write on the debit side of the revaluation account. Okay, decrease in the value of an asset, debit side of the revaluation account. So furniture account, what is the value of furniture account? In the question what they have given, furniture 50,000. Okay, furniture 50,000. On 50,000, 5 by 100. 50,000 into 5 by 100, 2,500. Children, one thing again you have to remember, when you are solving this problem, you should not take more than 45 minutes. Like if you are doing in your final exam, like time management. So simple ways you need to find out when you are calculating any fractions or any percentages. Is it clear? So 50,000 into 5 by 100 is equal to 2,500. So furniture, how much value it has been decreased? It has been decreased by 2,500. So 2,500 value, the furniture value has been decreased. So which side we have to write? We have to write on the debit side. To furniture account 2,500. To furniture account 2,500. Whatever value it is decreased, that much value you have to write in the revaluation account. Next, stock. Okay, stock is also depreciated by 5%. No, it is given in the question. So to stock account, what is the value of stock here? The value of stock is given as 80,000 in the question. So 80,000 into 5 by 100, that is equal to 4,000 rupees. So 80,000 into 5 by 100, 4,000. Simple ways, 80,000. How you need to calculate, children? 80,000. If you want to make your calculations fast, first do 10%. 10 means removing 1 0. 80,000, remove 1 0. 8,000. When we say it is 5%, make it half. 4,000. Okay. So 80,000 into 5 by 100, that is equal to 4,000. So to stock account, 4,000 value of stock is depreciated. So you will be writing on the debit side, to stock account 4,000. Okay. To stock account 4,000. Next, again, what is given? There is an unrecorded liability in respect of workman's compensation rupees 3,000. What adjustment it is given? E adjustment. There is an unrecorded liability. A liability is not at all recorded in the books. So now we have to make a record of it. When we want to make a record of it, that means the value is increased or decreased. Liability increased or decreased? Liability increased. So whenever a liability is increased, you will be writing on the debit side of the revaluation account. So to workman's compensation, how much? 3,000. Already direct amount they have given in the question. So to workman compensation 3,000 rupees. Okay. Still any other adjustments are there in the question? No. Finished. All adjustments we have done. Okay. Buildings appreciated by 20,000. Furniture depreciated by 2,500. Stock depreciated by 4,000. Workman's compensation, it is an unrecorded liability. That also we are taking on the revaluation account debit side. Okay, everything came. Then what you have to do, whichever total is more, that we will take first. Okay, so buildings account credit side total is more now. So 20,000, 20,000. Both sides we write the same, whichever total is more, that we will be writing. So 20,000, 20,000. Now how to get the profit then? How to calculate? Now profit or loss we will get. See what I told, if credit side total is more, that means our income is more. If income is more, then automatically balancing figure will be profit only. If our debit side is more, then loss. But here in this question, what is more? our credit side total is more. Credit side total is 20,000 and debit side, if we total 2,500, 4,000 and 3,000, it comes to 9,500. So what is profit, children? 20,000 minus this 9,500, that is equal to 10,500 is our profit. 10,500 is our profit. Now this 10,500 should be distributed among Ganesh and Shankar in the 3:2 ratio. Okay. So this all we are doing before admitting Balu. Before admitting Balu, they are revaluing their assets and liabilities. So they got a profit. Now who should get this profit? Thus Ganesh and Shankar should take this profit. Now who should take how much? They have to take in their old profit sharing ratio, that is 3:2. Ganesh will be taking 10,500 into 3 by 5, that is equal to 6,300. So here to Ganesh capital account 6,300. To Ganesh capital account 6,300. How we got this 6,300? Whatever profit we got, in that profit Ganesh share is 3 by 5. Ganesh share is 3 by 5. So 10,500 into 3 by 5 is equal to 6,300. Okay. Then how we got this 10,500? Out of credit total, our income, if we subtract all our expenses, whatever amount, balancing amount we get, that is our profit. Okay. This profit should be distributed among Ganesh and Shankar in their old profit sharing ratio, that is 3:2. So 10,500 into 3 by 5 is equal to 6,300. So to Ganesh capital account 6,300. Next, Shankar, what is his share? 2 by 5. So 10,500 into 2 by 5, that is equal to 4,200. So how much Shankar is going to get? He is going to get 4,200 out of 10,500. Shankar's share is 4,200. Okay. So to Shankar capital account 4,200. To Shankar capital account 4,200. That means this profit is transferred to old partners capital accounts in their old profit sharing ratio. Is it clear, children? Now if you have a pen and paper, make a note on paper. Ganesh capital account 6,300, to Shankar capital account 4,200. If you have paper in front of you, make a note. Revaluation account. In revaluation account, Ganesh capital account amount is transferred is 6,300 and to Shankar capital account amount transferred is 4,200. You make a note, children. Next, goodwill account. How much goodwill he has brought? He has brought 40,000 as goodwill, no? Okay. He has brought 40,000 as goodwill. Whenever goodwill is brought in cash, what will be the entry? Cash accounted are to goodwill account, no? Cash accounted are to goodwill account. Goodwill account is credited. So in goodwill account, we will be writing on the credit side by cash account. Already you have learned in first year how to prepare ledger accounts. Okay. So by cash accounted are to goodwill account. How much goodwill he has brought in cash? He has brought 40,000 as goodwill. So whenever he is bringing 40,000 as goodwill in cash, what is the journal entry? Cash accounted are to goodwill account. So in goodwill account, on which side we have to write? Because goodwill is credited, we have to write on the credit side of the goodwill account by cash account 40,000. By cash account 40,000. Now this 40,000 should be distributed among who? By the old partners. That is Shankar and Ganesh and Shankar in their old profit sharing ratio, that is 3:2. Okay. So to Ganesh capital account 24,000. How we are getting that? 40,000. That is whatever goodwill he has brought, in that 3/5 share is given to Ganesh. 40,000 into 3 by 5. Okay. When you do calculation, you will be getting 24,000. So to Ganesh capital account 24,000. So Ganesh will be taking out of 40,000, Ganesh should get 24,000. Okay. Next, to Shankar capital account. Shankar, out of 40,000, how much share Shankar will be taking? He will be taking 2 by 5. Okay. Because their old profit sharing ratio is 3:2. So Shankar will be taking 2 by 5. So 40,000 into 2 by 5, that is equal to 16,000. So the goodwill should be shared among Ganesh and Shankar in a ratio of 3:2. That is 24,000 Ganesh should take and Shankar should take 16,000. So 40,000 and 40,000. Okay. See, if it is retained in the business, how much amount they should take? It is in the ratio of 3:2. But here we are telling goodwill is withdrawn. Then what to do? We will see. Here goodwill, who will get how much share? We know. Ganesh is getting 3:2. In out of 5 parts, Ganesh is getting 3 parts, and Shankar out of 5 parts, 2 parts is given to Shankar. So 40,000 is distributed among Ganesh and Shankar in the ratio of 3:2. That is 24,000 and 16,000. Okay. If you have pen, paper, make a note. Goodwill account, Ganesh capital 24,000, Shankar capital 16,000. I'm not asking you people to prepare the whole ledger accounts. Just make a note when wherever capital is coming, because these all amounts are transferred to capital accounts. That means we will be making a note in capital account. Okay, so make a note. Ganesh capital 24,000. That means that amount will be transferred to Ganesh capital account. To Shankar capital account 16,000. That amount will be transferred to Shankar capital account 16,000. Okay, so goodwill account. That means what is the journal entry whenever we are transferring this goodwill account? Goodwill account data to Ganesh capital account, goodwill account data to Shankar capital account. Okay. Next, we'll say how to make a cash account. Now, just a small step is added, children. Till now, what we discussed, whenever what is brought in cash, capital is brought in cash, goodwill is brought in cash. Two things are brought in cash. Okay. And already in the old balance sheet, we have cash balance. Okay. What is the cash balance given in the old balance? That is 40,000. So first we will bring that cash balance. Okay. So to balance brought on. To balance brought on how much? 40,000. To balance brought on 40,000. So what else has been brought in cash? It is Balu's capital. Who is a new partner? Balu. And Balu, how much he should bring as capital? He should bring 75,000 as capital. Okay. To Balu capital account 75,000. Okay. And what else Balu is bringing in cash? Balu is bringing even goodwill also. So goodwill is also brought in cash. That is 40,000. So what is the total amount? Goodwill amount? It is 40,000. Okay. Till here, in the previous session also we discussed goodwill is brought in cash and retained in the business. You will do only this much. No further step. But what he asked in the question, goodwill is brought in cash and withdrawn by partners. They have withdrawn. They have taken that money. That means what? Cash balance is reduced or not? Okay. Cash account is real account now. What is the rule for cash account? Debit what comes in, credit what goes out. If cash is going out, which side we will be writing? We will be writing on credit side. If cash is coming, we are writing on the debit side. Why we are writing to Balu capital account on the debit side? Because it is coming. Cash account data to Balu capital account. Cash account data to goodwill account. Okay. Now this goodwill is withdrawn. Who is withdrawing? The old partners are taking that money. They are withdrawing that money. Okay. Then we have to calculate now how much they will be withdrawing. Ganesh capital account. That is Ganesh is withdrawing out of 40,000, 3 by 5. That is his share. 24,000 he will be taking. And Shankar, he will be withdrawing 16,000. That is 40,000 into 2 by 5. That is 16,000. So when cash is going out, which side we will be writing? We will be writing on the credit side, no? Debit what comes in, credit what goes out. Okay. So by Ganesh capital account, how much Ganesh is going to withdraw? 24,000. And how much Shankar is going to withdraw? He is going to withdraw 16,000. So that both you will be writing on the credit side. Okay. Old balance is 40,000. Balu has brought capital as 75,000. He also brought goodwill as 40,000. 40,000 goodwill he brought in cash. Capital also he brought in cash 75,000. Okay. Out of this 40,000, whatever goodwill amount is there, is withdrawn by the old partners. They are withdrawing, taking. So cash is going out. Which side we will be writing? On the credit side of the cash account. By Ganesh Capital 24,000, by Shankar Capital 16,000. This is next step, children. In the previous problem, we did only till here. We didn't do this. But here is withdrawn. That is the reason we are writing on the credit side by Ganesh Capital account 24,000, by Shankar Capital account 16,000. So total amount 1,55,000. Out of that, if we subtract 40,000, whatever amount they are withdrawing. So what amount will be in hand? What will be the balance amount? It is 1,15,000. Okay. So to balance brought down like 1,15,000. Okay. In the paper, make a note, children. To cash balance brought down 1,15,000, because this is the amount we have to take in the balance sheet, not 40,000. We have made adjustments no for this 40,000. So in the new balance sheet, opening balance sheet, what we are going to prepare, you have to take this amount 1,15,000. So make a note, cash is equal to 1,15,000. Okay. So when we are preparing balance sheet, you will be taking 1,15,000. Is it clear, children? Goodwill is brought in cash and that it is not retained in the business. They are not keeping that amount in the business. They want to withdraw immediately. So this 40,000 is distributed among Ganesh and Shankar in their old profit sharing ratio. Okay. So by Ganesh Capital account 24,000, by Shankar Capital account 16,000. So whatever balance amount is in cash in hand, you have to take it in the opening balance sheet, children. Is it clear? Am I clear, children? Did you understand? If you have any doubts, please post in the comment section, children. Next, I told in the closing balance sheet, we have a general reserve. So this is reserves what they have kept aside so many years. It is their hard earned money, no? So that amount also need to be transferred to their capital accounts. They have to take it. So this amount is also transferred. So general reserve, it is a liability. So it always shows credit balance, children. So by balance brought down, how much is general reserve? It is 30,000. It is given as in the textbook 30,000. Okay. So by balance brought down 30,000, and this 30,000 should be distributed among Ganesh and Shankar in their old profit sharing ratio. So to Ganesh capital account, it comes to 80,000, 18,000. How we get 18,000? 30,000 into 3 by 5. Okay. General reserve account. General reserve should be distributed among the old partners in their old profit sharing ratio. So we are distributing this 30,000 among Ganesh and Shankar. So how much Ganesh is going to take? 30,000 into 3 by 5, that is 18,000. So how much Shankar is going to get? 30,000 into 2 by 5, that is equal to 12,000. So account is closed here. So again, we don't write in the opening balance sheet. You will not write the general reserve. Closed. Balance is closed here. Okay. Account is closed. Okay. General reserve. Now, capital accounts. Capital accounts, first we will start with balances. Old balances of Ganesh and Shankar. By balance brought down. Always liabilities show credit side. So all balances brought down should be written on credit side only. So by balance brought down, Ganesh old capital is 1,50,000. That is closing balance capital. What is given in the question? 1,50,000, and Shankar is 75,000. So by balance brought down, Ganesh capital is 1,50,000 and Shankar's capital is 75,000. Okay. Next, I told no to make a note, revaluation account profit. How much we distributed this profit to Shankar and Ganesh? It is Ganesh 6,300 and Shankar 4,200. Okay. Revaluation accounted are to Ganesh capital account. Revaluation accounted are to Shankar capital account. When we did the revaluation account, whatever profit is transferred to their capital accounts. That is the reason capital account Ganesh revaluation accounted are to Ganesh capital account. Ganesh is credited. So in capital account, in Ganesh account, we are writing on the credit side. Okay, by revaluation account 6,300. This is the profit. 10,500 we have distributed in 3:2 ratio no, to Ganesh and Shankar. This is that amount. Okay, by revaluation account, Ganesh 6,300 he is taking, and Shankar will be getting 4,200. How we got these amounts? You should come write these amounts from revaluation account. Okay. Next, goodwill account. Goodwill account, how much it is distributed? It is 24,000 and 16,000. No. From where we are getting this? From goodwill account. Okay. In goodwill account also we have seen how the amount is distributed to Ganesh and Shankar by goodwill account, 24,000 and 16,000. So goodwill accounted are to Ganesh capital account, goodwill accounted are to Shankar capital account. That is the reason we are writing on the credit side. By goodwill account, 24,000 and 16,000. So goodwill is also transferred. So from where we are getting this amount? From goodwill account. Okay. This is old by balance brought from balance sheet. Old balance sheet, that is closing balance sheet. Revaluation account, this is the profit what is distributed. We are taking this amount from revaluation account. By goodwill account, this is the goodwill which is brought by Balu, and that is distributed among the old partners in the old profit sharing ratio. So by goodwill account, this amount we will be taking from goodwill account. So goodwill to account Ganesh 24,000 and Shankar 16,000. Next, general reserve account. From general reserve also we have transferred amount, whatever general reserve, that is reserves they have kept aside from the profits all these years, that amount also we should distribute to them only. Okay, so this amount we are writing from general reserve account. By general reserve, 18,000 and 12,000. So what we have written in general reserve account? General reserve accounted are to Ganesh capital account, general reserve accounted are to Shankar capital account. Okay, so general reserve amount is also distributed among Ganesh and Shankar in their old profit sharing ratio. Okay. Still anywhere we have written capital amount is transferred to capital account, children. Who brought capital in cash? Balu. Balu brought capital in cash, no? So cash accounted are to Balu's capital account. In cash account we have seen whenever Balu has brought capital in cash, so cash accounted are to Balu's capital account. So by cash account in Balu's account, we have to write 75,000. Okay. To cash account. Now this is the goodwill what they should get. Okay. Now what we are telling, this goodwill amount is withdrawn. They have taken it. Okay. So to cash account 24,000 and to cash account 16,000. So Ganesh capital accounted are to cash account, Shankar capital accounted are to cash account, that is 16,000. The amount whatever is withdrawn by them, they have taken, no? So we are writing on the debit side to cash account 24,000 and 16,000. Okay, children. So maximum we finished all the adjustments, no? All the adjustments have been taken here. Whatever is related to their capital accounts, we have taken all the amounts. Now we will do the balancing. Okay, we will see what is the new capitals of Ganesh, Shankar and Balu. Okay, first credit side you do the total. Ganesh, we will do Ganesh account. Ganesh total amount is 1,98,300. How we got this 1,98,300? It is 1,50,000 plus 6,300 plus 24,000 plus 18,000. It comes to 1,98,300. Okay. So same total we have to write now, both sides. Next, what is the total of Shankar? 75,000 plus 4,200 plus 16,000 plus 12,000. It comes to 1,07,200. So same amount we have to write. So credit side total, what is Balu's total? It is 75,000. Same amount we have to write here also 75,000. Now we will do balancing. Okay, to balance carried down. So what is that new? How we will get 1,98,300 when we balance Ganesh account. Ganesh account total credit side total is 1,98,300. From this, whatever amount he has withdrawn, we have to subtract that. See, if at all he is taking some amount, his capital will be reduced, That is the reason we are reducing the capital. So from 1,98,300, he has withdrawn 24,000 rupees. So what is his new capital? It is 1,74,300. So to balance carried down 1,74,300. This is the new capital of Ganesh. Okay. Next, Shankar. Out of 1,07,200, he has withdrawn 16,000. That is, his capital has been reduced by 16,000 rupees. His capital has been reduced by 16,000 rupees. So 1,07,200 minus 16,000 is equal to 91,200. So what is the new capital of Shankar now? It is 91,200. Shankar's new capital is 91,200. Okay. Next capital of Balu is 75,000. So capital of Balu is 75,000. See children, if they didn't give in the question like goodwill is withdrawn by the old partners, then their capitals would be 1,98,300, 1,07,200. No, but they have withdrawn the goodwill amount. That means their capital has been reduced now. So that is the reason we are subtracting that much amount whichever they have been withdrawn. Okay, so 24,000 and 16,000 is withdrawn. So two balance carried on, 1,74,300, 91,200 and 75,000. These are the new capitals which will be reflecting in the opening balance sheet of the firm. So in the new balance sheet, the opening balance sheet of the firm, you have to take this new capitals. Okay, so that is the reason again by balance brought on, what are the amounts you will be writing? Same amounts you will be writing. 1,74,300, 91,200 and Balu's capital 75,000. Is it clear children? So make a note, capitals. Ganesh 1,74,300, Shankar 91,200, Balu 75,000. Okay. Now we will see how to prepare balance sheet of Ganesh, Shankar and Balu as on 1st April 2015. We'll start from liability side children. Now I want, if you people are having textbook, please look into the question children from question number 7, page number 235. What is given on the liability side? First amount, they have given sundry creditors. Okay, so what is the amount? 50,000 they have given in the question. Any changes we have done? Any revalue? Did we revalue creditors? No. Creditors, there is no change. So sundry creditors 15,000, same amount we will be taking. There is no change. Sundry creditors 50,000. Next, bills payable. Bills payable. Did we revalue anything? This liability is revalued? No, no change in this liability also. So same amount we'll be taking. Bills payable 60,000. There is no change even in this liability. Next we have bank loan. There is no change even in bank loan. So 40,000. So we will be taking the same amount, 40,000. Next it is given as general reserve 30,000. Should we take general reserve now? No. Why? Because the general reserve amount has been transferred to partners capital accounts in their old profit sharing ratio. Okay, so no need to show this general reserve in this account. Now in this opening balance sheet, no need to show general reserve. We will not take this general reserve. But one unrecorded liability was there, no? Workman's compensation not recorded. So that we have to write here. Now we have to record it. So our liability increase, that is the reason we have written on the revaluation account debit side. Now we have to write on the liability side, workman's compensation 3,000 rupees. Okay. Next, capitals. Capitals of Shankar, capitals of Ganesh, Shankar and Balu. Which capitals we have to write? Now the new capitals what we calculated no, in the capital account, I told you to make a note. So that amount we have to write. Ganesh capital is 1,74,300. From where we are taking this amount? We have to take it from the capital account, not from the question. Old balance sheet, closing balance sheet. We should not take from there. We have to take from the capital account. Their balancing figures, what we have calculated, no, that is the new capital account. That amount we have to take. So Ganesh new capital is 1,74,300. Okay. Shankar's new capital is 91,200 and Balu's capital is 75,000. So this we have taken from these three amounts. From where we have taken 1,74,300, 91,200 and 75,000. This we have taken from capital accounts. Okay. Now come to asset side. Assets. What is the amount given children in the text question? Cash. Cash 40,000. Should we take cash 40,000? From where we should take? We have prepared cash account. No, balance has changed. Cash balance has been changed because Balu brought capital in cash only. He has brought goodwill also in cash only, and Ganesh Shankar, they have withdrawn that amount. Cash again, balance has been reduced. So from cash account to the closing balance, whatever is amount is there, that we have to take. That is 1,15,000. Next, bills receivable. Is there any adjustments for bills receivable? Did we do any revalue the bills receivable? No. So it will not change. We will take as it is, whatever given in the old like closing balance sheet, that is 45,000. So bills receivable 45,000. Next we have sundry debtors. Is there any adjustment for debtors? No. So what is the value given in the closing balance sheet for debtors? It is 90,000. There is no change in the value. So we will be taking as it is. Stock, it's 80,000, but we have done no in the revaluation account. Stock is depreciated by 5%. Yes. So less depreciation 4,000 rupees. By how much amount it is depreciated? It is depreciated by 4,000. So 80,000 minus 4,000, stocks, it's revalued. It is 76,000. Its value is decreased from 80,000 to 76,000. So that changes we have to mention. Next, furniture. It is given as 50,000. Furniture is also depreciated, no? Depreciated by 5%. So less depreciation 2,500. So how much value it is depreciated? From 50,000, the value has been reduced to 47,500. 2,500 depreciation we have shown. Okay, these assets have been revalued. Next, you have buildings. For buildings, what is the adjustment? It's appreciated. That means the value has been increased. How much they have given? It's 20%. So add appreciation on 1 lakh 20%. Already we have seen in revaluation account now. So 1 lakh 20% it is 20,000. So the building's value has been increased from 1 lakh to 1 lakh 20,000. Okay, from 1 lakh to 1 lakh 20,000. Okay, still anything? Yes, we have written all the liabilities and assets. Now do the total. So when you add 50,000 plus 60,000 plus 40,000 plus 3,000 plus 1,74,300 plus 91,200 plus 75,000 is equal to 4,93,500. This is the total of all the liabilities. Now we will see the total of all the assets. 1,15,000 plus 45,000 plus 90,000 plus 76,000 plus 47,500 plus 1,20,000 comes to 4,93,500. So our liabilities is equal to assets. Okay, when you are doing problem, then only you can judge children whether you are doing correct or wrong. If your balance sheet tallies, like your assets and liabilities are equal, then your problem is correct. If you have done something wrong somewhere, your balance sheet will not tally. Okay. So in the examination hall only you can make a assessment that whether you did the problem correct or wrong. If your liabilities and assets tally, you have done the problem correct. If not, something went wrong somewhere. Okay, just go through again. So the new balance sheet of Ganesh, Shankar and Balu as on 1st April 2015 is 4,93,500 assets and liabilities. Okay, by this we have what we have learned, children, in this today's session, like the treatment of goodwill when goodwill is brought in cash and withdrawn from the business. Everything is same. Only thing is, whenever goodwill is withdrawn, what we are doing in the cash account, the amount is reduced. Okay, the capital is also reduced. Okay, so when treatment of goodwill, when goodwill is brought, but it is not kept in the business, what the old partners are doing, immediately they are withdrawing their amount. They are taking their amount. So when treatment of goodwill, when goodwill is brought in cash and withdrawn from the business, rest all the question will be the same, children. How or what they are asking about goodwill, only few changes will be there in the question. So you need to understand that. So in the previous session, what we discussed, goodwill, when goodwill is brought in cash and retained in the business. Today, what we are discussing, goodwill is brought in cash and withdrawn by the partners. Okay. And even you learned how to prepare revaluation account, cash account, goodwill account, general reserve account, and capital account. So every time we prepare general reserve account? No. Only in the closing balance sheet, general reserve or profit and loss account is given. you prepare general reserve account and profit and loss account. If it is not given, no need to prepare the two accounts. Okay, but revaluation account, cash account, goodwill account, and capital account becomes must. Okay, but when goodwill is brought privately, they say, then no need to prepare even goodwill also. Why? No point of goodwill, no? If it is done privately, if it is not recorded in the books, then no need to prepare it also. Okay, so you what adjustments they are asking for goodwill, you have to stress on that, children. Okay, now a small task for you. Already in the previous session we have given one problem for solving, and two problems in the first session also, how to calculate new profit sharing ratio. Okay, in the last previous again, when goodwill is brought in cash, how to solve a problem. So in today's session also you have one problem as a homework. This is question number 9 in your textbook, that is old textbook, page number 237, question number 9. This is your homework, children. Here P and Q are partners sharing profits and losses equally. Their balance sheet as on 31st March 2015 was as under. They have given bills payable, bank overdraft. They have given general reserve. So you will be preparing general reserve account also. Creditors, capitals, cash, bills receivable, trade debtors, and already provision is given here like 800, and stock, furniture, and buildings 35,000, and buildings account it is 45,000. So on the above date, Mr. R was admitted into partnership for 2/9 share in the future profits on the following conditions. R should bring rupees 40,000 towards capital and rupees 16,000 towards goodwill. Now half of their share of goodwill will be withdrawn from the business by old partners. Here they are not telling complete amount, the full amount they are not going to withdraw. Only half of goodwill is going to be withdrawn by the old partners. Okay, provide for bad debts at 5% on trade debtors. Buildings are valued at rupees 50,000. The new profit sharing ratio of P, Q, and R would be 4:3:2. See, children, whenever new profit sharing ratio is given in the question, you need to calculate sacrificing ratio. So already old ratio is there. They have given new profit sharing ratio. So what is their old ratio? It is given as equally 1/2, 1/2, half, half. Okay, so they used to share profits and losses equally. So, but here their new profit sharing ratio is given as 4:3:2. So you have to calculate new profit ratio of sacrifice of P and Q. Okay, how much they are sacrificing, you have to calculate. That is old ratio minus new ratio. Then you will get that their sacrificing ratio. So goodwill should be calculated on the sacrificing ratio. Okay, try to solve the problem, children. Go through the question once again. Try to solve the problem. We will post solutions anyway, children. Okay. Thank you. Thank you, one and all, for giving this opportunity, and a special thanks to our principal madam, Mrs. K.V. Shailaja Garu, for giving me this opportunity, and a special thanks to our subject coordinator, Mr. Muhammad Riyazuddin sir, principal, Jarasangam. Thank you. Stay productive, stay connected, children. Stay home, stay safe.
Thank you, madam. Thanks for the wonderful explanation and very nice session, madam. I hope
Thank you,
students
sir.
enjoy the session. Students, one more message I want to give you. All model school students, CEC first year and second year, go to your school point and collect your new textbooks, and see the second year CEC, the syllabus has changed, and practice the problems from your old or new textbook. The partnership, the topic will be there, and I request once again to go to your school and collect the textbooks. And finally, thanks to Premlata madam for the wonderful session. Thank you, one and all.
Thank you, sir.